So I've wanted to start documenting my process in a very simple and even, should I go as far to say, boring way. I want this to be the antithesis to the synthetic movement that is artificial content. And I want this to just be as human as possible. So I'm going to make it raw, unedited, as best as possible, and keep it very simple. Now, when I'm in all of these different group containers, I've noticed that doing a daily or weekly check in has been a really powerful tool to just kind of gauge, track as metric, am I on path? And so an alarm just went off on my phone that actually said, slow down, breathe. That's my reminder to just take a breath, relax the shoulders. And actually, I don't know, I'll share this with you guys, but it's called LARS, LARS, which means locate the breath, anchor the attention, which means drop it into the low belly, relax the body mind. So relax the body, relax the tension, the shoulders, the face, the gut, and then relax the mind, anywhere it's gripping onto thoughts that are just looping or spiraling or heavy. So relax the body, relax the mind, and then sense. That's just to be present with what is in front of me and to be attuned to the different sensations that are moving through me, the way that maybe my soul is communicating through the human experience. Now, where were we? I've noticed that, so the check-in, right? And I want this one to be a simple check-in, and we're going to do it through two lenses. So documenting my days every single day, why not? One day at a time. But the first one is just going to be, I do this in all my groups, but wins and challenges. So highlights, a win, that's gone well. What went well, WWW. Start off with that. Then move into challenges. And not challenges like, oh, life sucks and it's so hard, but a challenge in that if you are creating your world, if we are constantly manifesting, coalescing, creating our world, then what is it that I am creating in my world that's trying to teach me a lesson, that's trying to help me grow and evolve and in some way? So what is the challenge that I'm being presented with that is asking me to learn or grow something from? And at the very moment, it might just look like a challenge, something that I'm struggling with. And the third one's a homework for life. Matthew Dix has this incredible concept called homework for life. And all it is you take 1 5-second moment from some point in your day that stood out, that you could create a story about, but it's a very human moment. And it doesn't have to be significant. It just has to be something that drew your attention that day. So after we do those, I'm going to pop into the observer and just put on a different mask, a different role for a moment, and observe myself recounting my day from the perspective of the witness, the observer, this higher aspect that is not concerned with the identities, beliefs so much around being safe or feeling good or having it all right or making enough money, or because there's a higher eternal aspect that is less concerned about all of these things, that the character, the little player that is Jake running around, gets all worried about. So how that perceives it. So what went well? Today, what is it? It's 4:18 in the afternoon. I'm right about to head off to a work shift serving at a private golf club. But what has went well today? What went well? First thing, I got a little workout in the sunshine. So out in the grass, doing some push-ups, doing some squats, and it just felt really good to move my body. So I'm going to highlight that because honestly, it would have been very easy to skip that, but to move my body in an intentional way felt really good. So that was a highlight for me. That was definitely a win, something that went well. My challenge is with food. I find that once I start eating, I just keep eating. It's almost like I can't stop myself, and it's just a constant consumption, like I'm not getting enough nutrients or like I'm trying to avoid something. And it's been about a year of this. And it's been something I've been really wrestling with, and I'm not exactly sure what the lesson is yet, but I know that when it comes to consuming food, I need to really slow down. So that's the challenge that's being presented right in my face right now, as well as I've got some things that I really want to do. I want to get back down to Costa Rica in September, and financially, it's just pressing up against that scarcity template, that belief system that there's not enough. And it's like, and I feel it. I feel it pushing a little bit, but doing my best to just stay relaxed in the face of that, knowing that, you know, the world is abundant. And I just get to continue to learn to believe that deeper. My homework for life was a moment, actually from yesterday, because it stood out so distinctly. I was driving up in the mountains, and I was just in this little cul-de-sac. And I pulled over with my car, and I looked out the window to my left, and there was an older gentleman, probably in his late 60s, pushing what appeared to be his mom, who was in her late 80s, down the sidewalk in her wheelchair. And he stops at this big flower bush, and he takes the flower and he bends the stem all the way down right in front of her face, and she just literally, through like whatever strength she had, leans forward, takes a sniff, and has this big grin on her face. And he says, "Do you like the smell of that?" Yeah. And then he puts it back, and he just keeps going, not knowing that they were being witnessed, but realizing for me that this was like such a simple act of love. And it was very easy just for me to be grinning in the car, like, wow, look at the way that he is continuing to take care of her, even into the late stages of her life, giving her such a simple moment, stopping to literally smell the flowers together. So that's the recap from June 14th, 2026. One day at a time.